And welcome back, everybody. Thank you to the playlist, which is actually TLO's Groove Shark. You got some epic music, by the way. I really do like it, and it adds a lot of value to the cast, man. We have some epic music, we have some epic casting, we have some epic games.
If you like my Groove Shark, you can look up Liquid TLO is my account name there, and you can follow me and stalk my music. I don't mind that at all.
Stalk your music.
Yes, I want to share good quality music with the entire world. So.
Dude, I love watching your stream.
Just because of the music?
Because of the music and because of your stare and the music
of
together.
My stare?
Your play. You got like Lord of the Rings, and I'm just imagining like dragons flying down, and you're just there like doing this and just staring and playing. Okay. It's crazy, man.
Thank you. I wonder how many viewers I have who don't even watch my stream, but just have
If you don't, you should, because it's pretty good, man. Yeah. So.
But I know of some people, like some of my friends, who say they just have my stream open whenever they are working, just to listen to the music.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. All right, both of these guys are finally ready. Bling just had to use the toilet. And
how dare he?
How dare he use the toilet within my tournament? What is he doing? All right, guys, are you ready to play? Are you ready to play?
I'm ready to play, but I'm not playing. I'm casting.
All right, you ready to cast?
No.
You want a couple minutes?
Yeah, I need some time to refresh myself.
Refresh your mouth?
Yes. No, I'm ready.
Drink some water?
I will do whatever you want. I'm always ready. Coming on to your tournaments.
Alright, let's go. SE Terminus, which is the version, Mr. TLO, with rocks on the third, but no entrance into the third.
Yes.
So, that is why a lot of Protoss players do like it. Easy, accessible third base. And cross positions as well.
Oh
Mr. TLO, what are you doing with the lag on this, Mr. TLO? So, let's just fix that one sec.
I'm so sorry.
Your connection, mate.
No. Oh yeah, it's mine this time.
Yes! You!
Well, last time it was yours.
No, you! Alright, we're in. Let's go back into game, everybody. Sorry about that little slip up. But in the game we go. Cass on the right-hand side of this map as the blue Empire Cass Terran, and on the left we do have Bling as the orange Protoss. Cross positions on Terminus. The longest distance between bases, but the shortest in any position when you're in the middle, TLO, which is when it becomes difficult for both players, I think, because you bet under pressure a lot more, depending on who is ahead and who is not at that current point in the game. Because actually, if you think about it, fourth bases, they're basically touching each other, aside from a little hop, skip, and jump in the middle.
Yes.
You know, so actually, it's like Terminus is a big map early game, but then turns into a really small one later on.
Yeah, it's just kind of nice for Terran in a way, because as Terran you can expand to the outskirts of the map quite easily. You can just plant down a planetary or just float over orbital command, plant down 10 mules, which already gives you like 2.5k minerals, and then even just get out of there again. It's no big deal. Even if you lose a command center, you're fine.
Yeah.
As Protoss, however, you can't just build a nexus somewhere randomly on the map and mine from there. You need to send probes there, and if a single dropship comes in, you're probably gonna lose base 2 dropships at max.
Yeah.
Or you would have to save a lot of units up there. So that's really nice for Terran. However, the problem of the map for Terran is so huge, and Protoss can just get a third base and pretty easy to defend. I mean, you can't get a timing attack in there.
And look at Bling, man. He's gone gas this time around, not taking any risks after that first game. You know, Cass showing him, you know, I could in this series do something you're not going to predict this time around. So, and just doing something like that just gives you so much flexibility with what your opponent is thinking. Because now all of a sudden Bling is like, well, you know, if he's going to do that in game 1, what could he potentially do in game 2 and 3? And therefore, like you said, you cannot cut corners against a player that can switch it up. So it's good that Cass actually does that, and maybe that's something that Cass has looked in or has been told is a potential flaw in his game. Meanwhile, we do have Bling going up and scouting, but this is the problem we talked about many times before, Mr. TLO, is that he has no idea, again, what this is. The Marine denies everything. It could still very well be a command center, barracks command center play, just on the higher ground. It could also be, as we are seeing, factory and even a double gas going down.
That's a very early second guess, which could almost only indicate Banshee play, because for anything else which you want to do a one-base build, you need more minerals and would add the gas later on. Yeah, there comes down the tech lab.
Ooh, unfortunately for this SCV though, it's not going to get the gas scout, which is obviously very important for Bling here to deny that. I mean, he could have seen one, but he didn't. That doesn't matter. It's all about the second one. You know, is Bling going to be expanding really fast off a single gas or double? And the double means that he could tech up obviously a lot faster here. And there is that starport. There is the tech lab Tilo. We are going to be seeing, by the looks of it, Cloak Banshee opening here. And I wonder if he'll just go ahead, because you can go ahead and just expand behind it. Of course you have to make sure that you do damage. You have to make sure you do damage, otherwise it's just going to put you behind. Or you could, as we are not seeing, throw down a tech lab, and then you can do something more kind of E.G. Puma style. But in cross positions, you don't really want to be doing that, because the walking distances is kind of far. Bling, though, does see no expansion, only sees 3 Marines, and is like, well, okay, what is going on? And Bling should be getting ready to actually throw down that robotics facility, and he hasn't yet, and he needs to, because look, Cloak is now on its way, only 100 seconds away.
Yeah, he's still got some time. Robotics plus an observer in total takes about 90 seconds in StarCraft 2 time
There
before
it
it boosted out.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna get the observer right at the right moment when the Cloak Banshee hits. There's gonna be 2 Cloak Banshees, and Cass is adding a command center.
Look at the position
and
of
a
it,
little bit
though.
of a weird positioning. I think he might go for a triple command center, actually. Using that one.
I've seen this before. I remember now watching it, the IEM Kiev, the later rounds actually, when we saw Cass playing. He actually opened up Cloak Banshee, and it surprised Mr. Bitter and Rotterdam as well, because it was like, all right, well, he's going Cloak Banshee into double expand.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to see Cass. So he's basically taking a hit in economy, and if he doesn't do the damage necessary that he wants to do, he can go double mules really, really fast and then try to catch up with the Protoss player, because we may even see Bling slow himself down a little bit, because maybe he obviously wants to get a second observer down. Maybe he wants to get more units out and not tech up to exactly where he wants to go because of the threat of this Banshee. And in it comes now perfectly oh no, actually, I was going to say perfectly timed with Blink. I mean, with Blink, with Cloak, but there's 5 seconds away, and Cass kills 1 sentry. But the thing is, there's an observer about to pop as well. He's going to get another sentry here. But where is the observer? There it's coming down, and he's going to get a few probe kills here for sure.
Yeah, the problem is his Banshee is really heavily damaged, so he won't be able to harass that much anymore. It's actually not gonna go down. That was pretty close, and a lot of damage. 2 sentries, 5 probes. That's all you need to do with that 1 Cloak Banshee, especially if you followed up with a triple command center.
Absolutely.
He does not want to lose that Banshee now. He has to be very careful. Kill 2 more probes. Beautiful job there. The beauty of this build now is that there's 2 Banshees out there.
Yeah,
Bling cannot move on.
And here comes the second one, man. It has been picked up by an observer, but where is that observer going? It's
God.
actually moving out, and there's no observers on the natural, and he's going to have... Oh my god, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. And in goes the Banshee now, and there is the observer.
I think it's very smart that he's targeting down those sentries, because you don't really have the gas later on as a Protoss player if you want to get a potent army to reinforce sentries. This is gonna make this army a lot weaker. Bling takes out that 1 Banshee, but I think they did far enough damage to be worth it.
Yeah, and we talked about, how much damage does he need to do before getting orbitals, and he's actually done enough damage to just satisfy 1 orbital command, but Bling goes in and only sees the orbital command just now finishing. That's way, way, way too late, and he must know about the 3rd one. He has to be thinking, I mean, if Bling puts 2 and 2 together, he should be able to realize that something isn't quite lined up here.
Yes.
And there is the other observer is in the right position, but it's not moving right now.
Yeah.
So we do have the Twilight Council coming down. Another observer come out actually for Bling, so he's been a little bit cautious. There is the Twilight Council as well. So he's how many gateways is he at? He's at 1, 2 gateways there. He also has 3 there, so that's 5. Just 5 gateways in Robo. But it looks like he's going to be looking to expand very shortly. But still, it doesn't seem that Bling weighed up the situation right. He's just like, oh, okay, there's his expansion. He didn't think about the timings here, and I think he's just been like, all right, well, Cass is on 2 base.
Absolutely, that's a skill that takes a lot of time to develop actually as a player. That if you scout a base you also get information by lack of buildings.
Yeah.
You have to be counting minerals. You're like, okay, that's like 10 marines, 4 barracks, 1 factory, and a command center.
Yeah.
Something is missing. Like, he should have more than that.
And even counting mules right now would be the best thing in the world. He'd be like, where the hell are your mules? And I don't think he's focusing on that.
No.
You know, he's focusing on his build, on double forge, on getting Blink and adding the robotics bay.
Oh, that's so smart. I didn't think of counting mules actually before.
Oh, yeah, get one up onto your load.
I'm gonna do that in the future. Thank you.
Yeah, team follow for the win.
I feel really stupid now because it's so obvious. It's so obvious, but I don't think a lot of people are doing it. I'm counting SCVs now at the beginning, like to see if it's 2 barracks or 1 barracks. But mules, that's gonna be new. Thank you. I'm gonna do that.
Thank you, TLO, for the appreciation. I'm liking it. Anyway, 2 Banshees now, to the north. Observer now is spotting that 3rd base, right?
Yes.
And well, actually, it's in the worst position possible because it's like a pixel away, so he doesn't quite know about
now
it.
he sees it.
Okay, now he sees it, but he's still thinking, okay, my 3rd base is down at a decent time. It's on the same time as Cass. I'm in a great position because we're on equal, but I'm working on my double upgrades and getting my Colossus up. In come 2 Banshees, though, and they are going to be able to do a bit of damage. Pylon could potentially get picked off here, but it looks like Bling actually has Blink. But there's no observer, so it's okay.
It's a little bit too slow. You need to have speed upgrade for those observers. He's gonna get 1 Banshee. That was sloppy. Getting a little bit too greedy there with Banshee trying to take out Stalkers. It's not really ever worth it because you really want to keep those Banshees alive for the rest of the game almost.
Yeah.
They're gonna be so annoying. People often lose Banshees in situations they shouldn't lose Banshees. Anyways, Cass is getting double upgrades ready to his armory. Is gonna be finished soon and getting those. He's gonna have an extremely strong economy on 4 base here.
Yeah.
Yeah, got pretty good upgrades on his marines now. He got combat shield and stim, and now he needs to be active on the map because against Protoss in mid game is where Terran really shines.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they don't have that death ball ready. They don't have a good split on their bases, which he should be looking to do, especially being a base up because he can replenish. Because he should be having more production facilities, having a better income. He should be able to replenish at a better rate than Bling can for sure.
Yes.
And here comes the drop into the main base by the looks of it. And a hefty drop that is TLO. 3 medivacs are full. And he's also running down the center as well with the Raven. And we'll be able to do damage there. Bling has a couple of Stalkers, but not enough to deal with this.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to take out quite a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
Might go for, just goes for the probes. I think that's a good move. He needs to get out of there. He should move left.
Oh no, he's out of position on the natural as well. And all the probes on the natural. Cass gets out with a couple of medivacs. Oh no, he loses 2 out of 3. But the natural, oh dear, dear, dear Bling. He is in such a bad position in this game.
He's losing the Nexus. Might even lose 1 Colossus here.
Oh,
Force down 2 point defense, so he's gonna get... Nah, he's not gonna be able to get out of there, but it does not really matter.
I mean, the Banshee joins the fray, but I mean, that can't really do anything. But the position Empire Cass is in is just out of this world, TLO. He's so far ahead.
The thing is now, the supply is really far ahead. It's 145 against 105, but the armies are not that far apart because Bling lost so many units.
And there's no Vikings out, actually. There's only a couple in production.
And he's really close to finishing 2 upgrades. If anything is gonna change the fate of this game, it's this attack now. Bling only has 1 Colossus, though. If he wouldn't have lost the second Colossus, I think he could have been able to do damage.
Yeah.
Cass has a nice split here.
Yeah, let's have a look how this fight's going to go down. 1-1 upgrades for Cass and 1-1 upgrades for Bling as well, but there is 1 upgrade advantage going in favor of the air right now as the +1's about to finish, but there goes the oh dear, that's not a good position. Those force fields are okay, but there's just not enough zealots, and this looks pretty bad. The Colossus, once that Colossus goes down, he's going to stim through and he's going to chase, man. This is just Marine and Marauder food. And actually, he just sits back and he's just gonna. Well, I guess he could chase, but at the same time, he's like, well, you know, I don't really need to, Sean. You know, I've got 4 bases. I've killed the natural of Bling, and it's not even up yet. I don't need to chase. You know, I can just sit here, max out. I can work on my upgrades and then go. So Cass obviously taking that decision and being like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do the opposite to what Sean said, and then I'm gonna make him look stupid, and then we're gonna do.
The thing is,
just win the game.
The thing is, as soon as you get really far ahead in a game, only yourself can lose the game.
Yeah,
like, you become your biggest opponent yourself, because as long as you just keep going do standard things, you're gonna win the game. The only way you can lose is by just screwing it up and doing something you just really don't have to do. If you had wait a little bit, then finish him off a little bit later.
Yeah, I guess he was just waiting for a couple more Vikings, because if he did push out and, you know, there were some more Colossus out, then he could have lost a lot. But he's not even at a comfortable Viking. He's at 4, which I guess that the kind of economy that Bling has and the production he has available, because he's only on 1 robotics facility, his natural was stunted, therefore doesn't have the money to make more than a single Colossus at a time. So I guess Cass is comfortable with 4 Vikings going into this.
He's gonna go for a drop again.
Oh, oh man. This one's going to be painful, just as painful as the last, if not worse. And there he does drop in. Oh, really good blink, but still units are getting out. And at the same time, actually, Cass decides to pull back from the natural.
That didn't go well for Bling, for Cass at all, actually. Very good reaction time by Bling. Takes out the Medivacs, quick warp it. However, the secondary army comes to the front. So that got him out of position, and now Cass is doing damage again because Bling was distracted for just a little bit of more. All the sellers are gonna get cleaned up. No more damage will be dealt by those Marauders and Marines, but they definitely were cost effective.
Yeah, and Cass, man, look at the mini-map. There's another drop actually on the 3rd base of Bling, and in it goes. Cannon going down. It is kind of a Marauder heavy one, but they're still going to be pick off quite a few probes here. And I guess he should pick up and get out, but he's not getting out or picking up. But look at the minimap is what I was saying. Look, you know, base after base after base, mules after mules after mules, TLO. And you know the strength and power of mules, and you know the strength and power of having 6 bases compared to your opponent's 3, especially when the main is mined out and probably the natural not too far away either.
Cass is adding 7 more barracks now. Actually a little bit late. He is high on minerals. He could have done that a lot earlier.
Yeah.
That push from Bling has 3/3 upgrades. There's ghosts coming on the field though. He has 6 ghosts already, so he's gonna eat everything, and Bling is just gonna lose his entire army.
Oh man, Bling is running. He knows he could force field and cut the army up, but right now if he does that, he's still gonna lose a hefty chunk of his. And that upgrade advantage Bling had over 2-1 has now been shut down to 2-2.
Cass actually doesn't have any medivacs though, so that stim does a lot of damage to his entire army. If he stims one more time, his army is gonna be really in trouble. There are 3 more medivacs coming though.
I guess he was anticipating Templar to come in at that time rather than now, as they're only just being brought into the fray. But it doesn't matter right now. He doesn't care. Cass sees. I'm pretty sure he sees. Let me just check his vision. Okay, he sees a pylon in the location where a Nexus is gonna be. So he's like, all right, well, Bling's taking his 4th. I'm taking my 16th base. And he's more than happy with Bling doing that. And he's probably just going to go down with a couple of medivacs now. And Bling, I don't even know how he can win this fight. He has Zealot charge, but he's not in a good position if he moves down here. He can't really turn around and fight because of the kind of narrow pathway there is here by that Zelnaga tower. So obviously EMPs are going to maximize damage.
Oh my god, Bling is running into a corner. If he would have gotten engaged there, that would not have been
to the
good.
3rd as well. TLO, 2 medivacs are going, and they're going to be dropped, and there are 8 Marauders. They can just kill the Nexus. And that's obviously going to put TLO in a place where it may actually be checkmate, as now these Marauders are going to go in, they stim, and they pick off the cannon. And, well, there are a couple of Zealots walking in, which will help out. He does have supply enough to walk them in and can go out, but he can easily come back once again.
Yes, the problem now is the medivacs are at the back there. Cass doesn't really engage yet. He has 6k minerals banked up. He should definitely add like 2 planetaries and maybe 6 more barracks, but even without him doing that...
Look at his production, man. Look at the amount of barracks he actually has.
He
still could have more, absolutely, TLO. I mean, but that is an incredible amount of barracks. And, really good storm there by Bling. Just caught that then. And he really has to hit some snipes or at least some EMPs onto this army. And, another great storm goes down, and all of a sudden... actually, look at the EMPs, TLO.
Everything is
shut up. Look at that.
The thing is still there's no medivacs, so Cass has to be a little bit careful, but just denying the 4th base again. He should really add medivacs though. If he keeps stimming his army and just loses his entire supply in one sweep, he's gonna lose the game. That would be kinda sad and hilarious at the same time. But
let's have a look at that supply count. 100 versus 125 now. And the 125 being in favor of Cass. But like you said, let's have a look at the medivac count. Only at 3. Another one is in production. Actually, oh my god. If Bling decided to move right now, he could actually kill this army. Imagine if Cass stimmed.
Yes.
He's actually killing his own SCVs right now. I hate this part of the game because it's like manual labor no longer exists. It's all run by computers now and mules. But
Well, that's wonderful. No, that's a good future because then the people can focus on more valuable tasks like becoming a ghost. I mean, it's a little bit brutal. They're gonna get shot because maybe they should be re-educated instead. But let's just take it as a metaphor. You're
Yeah,
gonna have
man.
a better, higher class job than manual labor.
So everybody who works in factories right now that are listening to this broadcast, TLO doesn't say you've got a bright future.
I'm
Anyway,
saying you have a brighter future ahead of you.
as a ghost. Anyway, Vikings now, decent amount. Medivacs are climbing up, but they actually don't have that much energy because they've had to use so much on actually. Oh my god, look at this. This is so funny. This single zealot, the berserker, according to the German, was look at this. He's going to see that expansion. Oh,
It's like there's
thing
no
is-
more minerals.
Yeah, the thing is he can't. Oh, there he goes. There it is. He's like, what?
Yeah, I found a base. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, there's no minerals left. How long has that been mining for? Bling is going to watch the replay, and I think Stefano's going to slap him.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's have a look at this fight now as the ghosts do come in with Cloak, and I don't even think there's observers here. Okay, there are a few.
Oh wow, that's a really bad engagement for Cass. Well, I mean, it goes back completely out of position, but there's just not enough stuff here for Bling now.
Yeah, look at the Marines and Marauders still in a plenty. There's nothing. There's a couple of storms, but I don't even think that matters. Bam, snipe to the head. High Templar say peace and are out of the game, and Bling basically has gateway units left, and against a 3-3 composition with Vikings and Ghost still left over. Oh man, the Berserkers are not happy in this game, that's for sure.
Cass still sitting on 7k minerals, so he could basically make 5 more of those armies anyways, but
Yeah, and
That's
he
not
has
gonna
the
be
capability
happening.
to do so also. And in goes a couple more snipes, and I think this may be Bling's last breath. Look at the supply difference. There are actually High Templar in the War Prison right now, but there's a lot of Vikings out there. He has to be so careful, but GG is called, and guess what Bling's going to be doing after this game? Or guess what Bling's mum's going to be tweeting him to do after this game? Watch the replay and don't let him take a hidden expansion. like
no,
that.
absolutely not. That should never happen, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he should have known. That's the most important thing here. He should have read that game better than he did.
A key to StarCraft 2 and StarCraft 1 in general is I'm not doing it myself every single game.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel really stupid, and I should do it, but always scout all bases. Come on. You need one circling, one probe,
zealot,
one
like
zealot.
that berserker at the end there. That guy did it, but just at the 25-minute mark instead of the 15-minute mark.
Yeah, or 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
Just have a unit with waypoints to all the bases, going round and round and round, checking
Even
everything.
observer.
You can even make a freaking pile in there on every single base. as a
Yeah, you
product.
should be doing that later actually as a pro,
You
because you,
should-
can pick drops off. with
Yeah,
that.
and you can spread them out everywhere,
Yeah.
and if you warp in like 8 stalkers and kill 1 medivac, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Alright guys, we're going to go to a quick ad break and play some more awesome music for you guys. So thank you for supporting the channel, and if you're running ad blocks, turn it off please. We're poor gamer nerds. Anyway, enough of the
Sure.
drama. Sure, we're living in Sweden, we have to be rich because it's so bloody expensive here.
But
Anyway,
the thing is, like, if you live in Sweden, you have to be rich, but then all your money gets taken away and you're poor again.
alright guys, we're going to run a quick ad break and then we'll be back with game number 3, going to the final decider between Cass and Blink.